All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are working on lessons 17 and 18 today. We're combining two, and we're going to be practicing subtraction with numbers 1 and greater, as well as some addition. What I want you to do is I want you to have your math notebooks out. You need to make sure you record all of this. Pause if you need to do that. You're going to go ahead and make yourself a number line. This one I've told you what you need. You need to go from 0 to 1 because our largest piece is 1. 1 being as big as I'm going to go because subtraction means get smaller. So I know my 1 is here. Now, do we have the same denominator for both of these? Well, the answer is no, because this is eighths and this is nothing. What do you think I need to turn this 1 into so I have the same common denominator? If you said I needed to change this 1 into 8/8, then you are correct. I now have 8/8, and I'm going to take away 3/8. Please cut your number line into eighths. Yes, I know. You have to cut it into eighths. How boring. I always cut half, half again on each side, and then I cut each of those fourths in half because 4 times 2 is 8. And we know that 8/8 fits here, and we're taking away 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8. To figure out what that is, you could start here at 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. So 8/8 minus 3/8 is 5/8. Because 8 take away 3 is 5, and we never, ever, ever subtract our denominators. All right, let's move on. Hi, Bailey. Let's move on. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to draw this right below your last number line. 1, take away 2/5. I want you to pause and figure out what your endpoints are going to be and what I can break this 1 into. Go ahead and pause. Hopefully you decided to break yours into 0, whoops, not 0 and 0, 0 and 1. And then you decided that this 1, because I'm dealing with fifths, would be 5/5. So I'm really taking 5/5 and subtracting 2/5. So I should have broken my number line into fifths. And this 1 is equivalent to 5/5 because it's a whole. And since I'm dealing with fifths, that's why I have 5/5. I'm going to take away 2/5, 1/5, 2/5. If you need to write minus 1/5 here, you can. You do not have to. 5 take away 2 should give me a 3. Let's check. 0/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. That is indeed 3/5. 1 take away 2/5 is 3/5. Well done. Go ahead and get ready to write the next piece underneath. All right, if you go ahead and look, I have written an equation, not this bottom part. I've written an equation and I made an oops, shocking, I know. I have 1 whole minus 2/3 equals x. This x is my variable. I'm trying to figure out what the answer would be. So the way to do that is to take my 1 and put it into a whole. So if we have 1 minus 2/3 equals x, what I need to figure out is what can I take this whole and make it into? Well, since I'm dealing with thirds, I would make it 3/3. And I'm going to do a little bit of a number bond here. One of my parts, this is a part, is 2/3. My whole is 1. Well, what is left over? Well, it's really like saying 3/3 minus 2/3 equals x. Well, that's a whole lot easier to solve because 3 take away 2 is 1. And I know that 3/3 take away 2/3 gives me 1/3. So x equals 1/3. That's how you can use an equation to answer a problem. All right, let's go ahead and move on to something a little more complicated. I know you're all very excited. Go ahead and write 1 2/6 minus 4/6 on your paper. So here I have a whole and 2/6. Well, I could draw a number line, but I'm going to have to go past that whole, and that's okay. We can do that. But before I do that, I need to figure out what my total is. What do I have? Well, if I break this down and I take out my whole, what is that one whole worth? Well, since I'm dealing with 6, I hope you said it was worth 6/6. And if you got it ahead of me, I want you to give a whoop whoop. So what's left? My whole was 6/6. My other part is 2/6. So if I put those two together, it's like I'm going backwards. I went from a mixed number to an improper fraction. So I'm adding those two together. I have 8/6 minus 4/6. Well, that's a whole lot easier to subtract now, isn't it? And the reason I had to do that is because if I cover up that 1, I cannot do 2 minus 4, contrary to what some of you may believe. You cannot do 2 minus 4. You only have 2. Cannot take 4 from there. So I can't just subtract it. If this was 7 or 5, I could have done it because it's bigger than that 4, but it's not. Bummer. Now if I do 8/6 minus 4/6, I know that 8 take away 4 is 4. And I know I never, ever, ever subtract denominators. So the answer would be 4/6. If you want to know what it looks like on a number line, go ahead and keep watching. Even if you don't want to know, it's still going to be on here. So here's what a number line would look like. I broke it up into 0, 1, 2, and then I put sixths from 0 to 1, sixths from 1 to 2, and I plotted my 8/6 right here, my 8/6. I plotted that here, and I took away 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, which gave me the answer of 4/6, just what I had here. All right, next problem. This one is uber complicated. I'm not sure you'll ever be able to figure it out. I'm adding. Shocking. You're going to add up your denominators? No, you're right. You never add up denominators. You add up the numerators. So in order to add those numerators, you need to add 1 plus 3 plus 4. Now, some of you might go, well, that's easy. I can do it fast. And others of you might say, I need to slow down. It doesn't matter how long it takes you as long as you get there. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So I have 8/8. Or, yes, you got it, 1 whole. You could have drawn a number line, but I'm not going to say you have to because some of you don't need it, and that's okay. But if you drew a number line, you would have cut it into eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're not perfect, but that's okay. I had 1/8. I added 3. 1, 2, 3/8. Then I added 4. 1, 2, 3, 4/8, which gave me 8/8 or 1 whole. All right, go ahead and solve this very last one. 1/6 plus 4/6 plus 2/6. If you need a number line, use it. If you don't, then don't. You must put it into a mixed number when you are finished. Mixed number. Go ahead and please pause while you solve this problem. So if you added all of this up without a number line, you probably got 7/6 because you said 1 plus 4 is 5 and 5 plus 2 gives me 7. And we never add up denominators. We keep the 6. So I have 7/6. To put that into a mixed number, I broke it down in a number bond. 6/6 is my whole. I took out the whole. And 1/6. I had to take out the whole because 7 is larger than 6. This is my numerator. It cannot be bigger than my denominator. You can pull out a whole, which gave me 1 and 1/6. Now, if you did a number line, here's probably what it looked like. You went from 0 to 1, 1 to 2. You broke each section, each whole into 6. You started at 1/6. You hopped 4/6. I bracketed it. You hopped 2 more 6, which took you to that 7/6 point, or 1 whole and 1/6. You got the same answer either way. All right, go ahead and find a partner and work on that problem set, then Zern, then homework. Good luck.